The Forgotten Room. When Daniel woke up that morning, something felt off. His bedroom looked the same, the familiar walls surrounding him. But as he stepped into the hallway, he saw at a door that had never been there before. His heart pounded. His house was small. He knew every inch of it. But this door, it didn't belong. The mysterious discovery. Daniel lived alone in a quiet suburban home, a place he had owned for 5 years. Never had there been a door at the end of the hallway. Yet there it was, an old wooden door, slightly ajar, revealing nothing but darkness beyond. He swallowed hard, his instincts screaming for him to turn away. But curiosity had always been his weakness. Reaching out, he placed his hand on the cold brass handle and pushed it open. What he saw made his blood run cold. A room that shouldn't exist inside was a dust-covered room, filled with antique furniture, cobwebbed shelves, and a single dimly flickering light bulb hanging from the ceiling. The air smelled of decay and forgotten time. None of this made sense. His house wasn't old. And this room shouldn't be here. Stepping inside, Daniel ran his fingers over a desk, sending a cloud of dust into the air. He noticed a single book placed neatly in the center, its leather cover cracked with age. The title? Do Not Open. A chill crept down his spine. Echoes from the past. He hesitated before flipping the cover open, revealing yellowed pages filled with strange symbols and hurried handwriting. One line stood out, scrawled over and over again. The door will vanish when you leave. Do not stay inside. Daniel's breath hitched. He turned toward the door, but his stomach dropped. It was gone. Nothing but a solid wall stood where the door had been. The forgotten voice's panic surged through him. He pounded on the wall, screaming for help. Then the whispers began. Faint at first, then growing louder, a chorus of voices, desperate, pleading. Help us! We've been here too long! Daniel spun around. Shadows moved in the dim light, shifting along the walls, stretching toward him. He wasn't alone. A desperate escape. His pulse raced. He grabbed the book, frantically flipping through the pages. One phrase stood out. To leave, you must remember. Remember what? A sudden sharp pain stabbed through his skull, memories flooding back. Memories he didn't recognize. A little girl laughing, a man crying in the dark, a woman whispering his name. Daniel fell to his knees, gasping for breath. What was this place? Then, as suddenly as it appeared, the pain stopped, and so did the whispers. Now the truth. Behind the room. Daniel looked around. The room had changed. The furniture was different, more modern. A framed photo sat on the desk. He picked it up with trembling fingers and felt the air leave his lungs. It was him. But the date on the back? 1932. The realization hit him like a freight train. This wasn't his home. This had never been his home. He was the one who didn't belong. The vanishing door. A deep rumbling sound filled the room. The walls trembled, the floor cracked. Daniel turned as the door reappeared, just as the book had said. Without thinking, he ran for it, throwing himself into the hallway. As soon as he crossed the threshold, a deafening silence fell. The door was gone. Nothing remained but the familiar hallway. No dust, no whispers, no forgotten room. A final warning. Daniel stood there, his body shaking. his hands clenched around the book. Except it wasn't in his hands anymore. It was back inside the room, waiting for the next person to find it, waiting for the next soul to remember, waiting for the door to return. And one day, it will.